Hi, dolphins. It's time for us to talk about summer safety. This is our last lesson for the school year before you head out, and we want to make sure you have all the information for you to stay safe. First of all, biking. We always want to make sure that you wear your helmet anytime you're on any wheels and make sure that your helmet fits correctly and it's buckled. So we have talked in PE about having two, two, and two, which means that your front of your bike helmet is no higher than 2 fingers wide above your eyebrows, that you make a little V, and that is where your buckles on the side under your ears should fit tightly under your ears. And then the last two is that the chin strap should be no looser than able to fit 2 fingers under. We want to make sure that you're wearing sneakers or some sort of closed-toe shoes, not flip-flops and barefoot, and obey traffic laws. So when you see a stop sign or when you see a red light, that is time for you to stop. It's not optional when you're riding your bike on the road for you to follow traffic laws. We would love for you to walk your bike across streets and in designated crosswalks, and ride with traffic and signal to cars when you will be turning. And you can see Mrs. Swearingen put this great picture of how to signal for a left turn, how to signal a right turn. There are actually 2 ways that you can signal for a right turn. A stop is when you have your elbow out to the left and your hand points down to the ground. And slowing down, you wave your hand back and forth so people can see. I've always said that the most important thing you can do when riding in traffic is to be predictable. We don't want cars to have to guess what we're doing, because even if the car is wrong and the person riding the bike is correct in what they're doing, you're never going to win that battle. So we want to make sure that you're always acting in a predictable way. Swimming. We usually get to watch our swim safety video, and this year we haven't been able to do that since we're not together. So we're just going to review those safety tips that we talk about every year, kindergarten through 5th grade. We want to make sure that you're swimming in a safe area where lifeguards and adults are present, that you never swim alone, even if you're a very strong swimmer. Always jump into the water when you know how deep it is. We want to make sure that you're jumping in feet first if you don't. If you do know that it's deep enough and you're in an area where the lifeguard says it's okay, then you may dive. But especially when you're unsure of how deep water is, or if it's cloudy and you can't see the bottom, make sure you enter feet first. If a swimmer is in danger, make sure that you call for help, and we say reach or throw, don't go. So if you're at a lake or near a river, you find a long tree branch, you can reach out to extend to the swimmer. Or if you're out on a boat, you have a life preserver you can toss out. In a pool, there are swim hooks to reach out and grab. But you never want to actually just jump in yourself unless you're a trained lifeguard, because oftentimes the person is so scared that they'll kind of grab you and climb up you, and then we end up with 2 swimmers in trouble. Make sure that you're checking the weather and that you're swimming in an area where it's safe in terms of weather or tides. Make sure that you know your limits. It can seem that something is just really close to you, but in the water, the distance can be really deceiving. And that says don't wrestle or anything like that, or hold people underwater, and those types of games just are dangerous to play. Any sort of watercrafts. I know I have a paddleboard. I love to paddleboard. I'm actually going this weekend and taking my paddleboard camping, and so I'm very excited about that. But kayaks and canoes, you must wear a properly sized life jacket. Even the most experienced boaters or paddlers can get into danger. Always make sure you're paddling with a buddy. Stay within sight of any trusted adults or lifeguards, so don't go off by yourself even when you're with a buddy. And make sure, again, you check that water and make sure, or check the weather, I'm sorry, and make sure that the water will be safe for you. Sun protection. We are coming into that time of year where it gets really exciting for people in our part of the country because we see the sun a lot more than we're used to in the fall and the winter and even the spring. So make sure you wear your sunscreen. You want to apply that a few minutes before you head out into the sun. Everyone can burn no matter how light or dark your skin is. So make sure that you are protecting your skin. Reapply your sunscreen frequently, especially when you're playing in water. It tends to be, most sunscreens are okay for a little bit in the water, but you want to make sure you get out and dry off and reapply. Play in the shade when you can, and use clothing to help protect your skin from the sun. There are lots of cool swim shirts and hats that people can wear to also protect from the sun. And it's also bug season, so make sure you put on any sort of bug spray, or clothing can also help protect you from those mosquitoes and biting flies. Drinking water. So by the time you feel thirsty, your body's already low on fluids. We actually talked about this when we talked about body composition, if you remember. So making sure you drink plenty of water, wanting to make sure that you avoid sugary drinks. Water is best, just plain old water. And make sure you take it with you on hikes and bikes and swims. And even if you don't think you're going to be gone for very long, it's important to have water with you. And try to not be as super active that super hot part of the day, which is from 10 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, is when the sun is the brightest, and that's also when it's easiest to get sunburned. That's also usually one of the hottest parts of the day. Here in the Pacific Northwest, it actually gets a little hotter later on, sometimes 3 and 4 in the afternoon. It's still quite hot. All right, boys and girls, that is all for now. Please make sure you join us for our Zoom tomorrow. So that's June 17th on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. We're going to be playing our Who Wants to Be a Skillionaire game show to help test your knowledge. The last 5 or 6 weeks, we've been going over our skill-related fitness components. And also there will be 3 different types of workouts that we were posting on the website this week. It's the last week of school, so it's a choose your own adventure type of week for physical activity. You can choose one of the 3, or you can of course do all 3. All right guys, have a great day.